Saludos y buenas noches a todos. En la noche de hoy te traigo un gran clásico de la década de los 80. Hablo de la Gran Guerra, 5 contra 5, donde en la esquina ruda tenemos a 5 tremendos judazos de primera: Hércules Ayala, Grizzly Boo, The Iron Sheik, Chiqui Stark y Abdullah de Buche, nada más y nada menos, enfrentándose al ejército de la justicia comandado por Carlos Colón, B del número 1, Dodge Martel, TNT y Bruce Brody. La Gran Guerra consiste en 2 cuadriláteros, 10 hombres, una jaula rodeando los 2 cuadriláteros con techo. No hay manera de salir. La única forma de ganar el encuentro es esposando a tus 5 contrincantes a la jaula. Una vez tengas los 5 esposados, tienes derecho a liberar a los que están de tu lado, ¿ves? Y tienen 5 minutos para hacer masacrar a tu bando contrario, o sea, los 5 que quedan esposados. Veamos este gran clásico donde vemos al fenecido Víctor Quiñones, que en paz descanse. Este fue celebrado en el Palacio de Recreación y Deportes de Mayagüez. La Gran Guerra, la Revancha.
Esta es la revancha. Okay, wrestling fans, here comes the bad boys of wrestling, and we're talking about some mean wrestlers here, including Hercules Ayala, Abdullah the Butcher. We got Chiqui Star, we got the Iron Sheik,
and you've got Grizzly Boo,
the Mountain Man. Okay, here we go. Special cage built up for this. 2 rings. Once they're in, the door gets locked. Nobody could come out. There's a roof on the cage. The only way to win is to handcuff the other 5 opponents.
And look who's locking the cage door. Who is that?
That's Mr. Victor Quiñones.
Oh, it's Victor Quiñones, the guy who needed the haircut. The guy who runs around at Danny's, who hangs out at Elizabeth's. Isn't that him?
Well, I don't know about that, Mr. Rogers. Okay, there is the lock. And like we said, the rules, you have to handcuff your opponents on some chains that are on the walls of this cage. Once you handcuff your 5 opponents, then you are declared the winner, and the referee will give you some keys to open up the handcuffs of the man on your team that were handcuffed, and then you have 5 minutes to beat up the opponents that are handcuffed. And on one side is Chiqui Star and Invader going at it. There's nowhere to escape though, Rogers.
Oh, fun for my friend Chiqui. You got all these rule breakers like Carlitos Colon, Bruiser Brody, TNT, the Invader. They're a bunch of rule breakers, and you got them trying to beat up my friends, my allies, my compadres, like Grizzly Boone, like Hercules Ayala, like Chiqui Star, like Abdullah the Butcher, and like the Iron Sheik. And I think it's an unfair advantage because you've got all these crazy carabiners cheering for Carlitos Colon and company.
Okay, we have a matchup in the corner by Colon and Abdullah. And there is an Iron Sheik trying to help Chiqui Star. TNT going at it in the corner with Chiqui Star. And there is the vigilante Dutch Mantel.
And look at the stupid, ugly hair on his back. He needs to shave the hair on his back. He looks like he's Puerto Rican.
Look at the ring, the special war cage. And TNT connecting some tremendous karate chops on Chiqui Star, blood gushing out on the head of Chiqui Star. This is the way it looks from our top camera. In the corner, Brody doing some damage on the big man.
No, wait a minute.
Grizzly
That's not the
Boone.
way I see it. I see it, Grizzly Boone doing some damage on Bruiser Brody. Report the facts as they really happen. And look at Chiqui Star beating up TNT. I love it.
TNT is beating up on Chiqui Star. That's the way I see it. Hercules getting hit on the corner, and there's different battles going on at the same time. Remember, you see those chains hanging on the side of the walls? They have a handcuff, and that's where you got to put one of the arms of your opponent. And the winners are the team that handcuffed their 5 opponents.
But what if the bad boys would happen to lose? What would happen if they would lose? You mean, are you trying to tell me?
They're gonna get beat up. That's right.
You mean you've got 5 minutes, 300 seconds to pummel, to bruise, to kick, to bite, to gouge?
That's
the losing team, they can do anything they want to?
Anything goes, and no one is allowed to interfere till the referee says the 5 minutes are up, and that is a stipulated in the contract when they were contracted for this great war. And there is the vigilante, Dutch Mantel, all over the big mountain man, Grizzly Boone. TNT is in a battle with Abdullah the Butcher. The Invader in the corner with Chicky Star. The Iron Sheik is in a battle with Bruiser Brody. Hercules Ayala in trouble with Carlos Colon. This is the Great War, as it only happens in Caribbean wrestling, the hottest action sanctioned by the World Wrestling Council. There's a figure 4 leg lock on Ayala.
It's a figure 4 on Ayala, but what's got into Carlitos Colon? Why is he trying to make him submit? Because it has nothing to do with trying to put somebody's hand in a handcuff. See, you got to be smart. You got to know what the rules are.
You have to destroy your opponent in order for him to be weak enough so you could put him on that chain with the handcuffs.
Yeah, but you got to be smart. When you see Hercules Ayala, he's going to take Colon and put his wrist up in that handcuff. He's not going to worry about a figure 4 leg lock. When you see somebody like Grizzly Boone, he's going to beat his man into submission. He's going to put his hand in the handcuff. He's not going to waste his time like Dutch Mantel's doing. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't.
Okay,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. No, get away from that. Well, wait a minute.
Ayala, Hercules Ayala, he has been handcuffed here at the Sports Palace in Mayagüez. 2 hours and a half away from San Juan City, the capital of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, where this matchup is taking place. The big confrontation between the Justice Army of Carlos Colon against the Chicky Stars Sports Club or his army. And Ayala has been handcuffed. Big Hercules is out of it. And now look at the way he better smacking on Hercules. He can't do nothing to protect himself.
Oh, Mr. Cheap Shot Invader. It would be, look at him, he's saying, get up. He knows he can't get up. He's handcuffed by us with a steel chain and handcuffs. Look at the cheap shot artist. It would take somebody low down like the Invader to beat up on somebody that's helpless, somebody that's incapacitated.
Let's not forget Rip Rogers. This is the Great War. This is not a regular match. Here you're fighting just to survive inside the cage. There is no rules with exception of handcuffing your opponents. Everything goes, low blows, low kicks, biting, brass knuckles, whatever you might be able to bring inside. Everything is legal, as this is a different world for the men involved.
Yeah, but still, it's a low blow. It's not fair. You wouldn't see me pulling something like that. I would wrestle fair. I would wrestle square. I would wrestle clean, because I always abide by the rules. Now look, the so-called Justice Army.
Okay, wait a minute. We saw in one corner the Iron Sheik. He almost has TNT in the handcuffs. Wait a minute. He's got him. The Iron Sheik got TNT. He has fallen prisoner now. And now it's even. We got one from the Justice Army and one from Chicky's army. And now there are 4 men in each team.
Well, I would say it's quite an accomplishment by the Iron Sheik, because they were outnumbered 5-4, but still he put TNT.
Oh, wait a minute. Now we see Grizzly Boone.
No, wait a minute. That's cheating it, because they've got one more man. One more man the Justice Army has.
Grizzly Boone now on handcuffs. He was double teaming the corner. And now Chicky starts trying to help him, but it's too late. He's been handcuffed. So now the Chicky's Sports Club's army is in disadvantage. 2 of his powerful men, the Mountain Man, Grizzly Boone, and Hercules, are handcuffed. So we're looking at some disadvantage now. Let's see what happens here. The Invader, he's got Chicky outside the ropes. This is the action of the Great War. Abdullah the Butcher trying to handcuff Carlos Colon. He's getting close to doing so in the corner. Meanwhile, the Invader.
Just what I thought. Somebody low down like the Invader. He's either got to kick somebody in the lower extremities, or he's got to beat up on somebody who's helpless in a hand. That's about his speed.
Okay,
that's why I don't like him.
Wait a minute, the Invader's got the Chiqui Star in the corner. The handcuffs are almost put in his wrist. It's getting close. He's got him. He's got him. Chiqui Star is in trouble now. 3 of the sports clubs, man, are handcuffed.
Look at the cheap shot. Look at him. Look at the bully on the block.
Whoa.
The Invader's tough when Chiqui's handcuffed. But what would happen? What would happen if the tables were reversed? Yeah, Mr. Tough Guy.
Okay, now
Mr.
we're looking
Tough
at
Guy.
just Abdullah the Butcher and the Iron Sheik that are still fighting for the win on the sports club. Let's see what happens here. Carlos Colon trying to handcuff Abdullah the Butcher. Meanwhile, the Invader going at it on Chiqui Star, who is a bloody mess.
Don't rub it in.
Okay, wait a minute, 1 second. What's happening in this corner with Abdullah and Carlos Colon? Carlos Colon struggling to put those handcuffs on those big wrists of the wild man from Sudan.
It's just too bad Domingo Robles is not in there to help him.
Oh, stop it with Domingo Robles. I'm fed up with you and Robles. I'm sick of Robles. I don't want to hear of Robles again. Okay, here we go. Abdullah the Butcher in a struggle with Carlos Colon in the corner. Things are not looking too great for the Army. Chiqui Star in bad shape. Here comes the Invader. Headbutt by Colon. The Invader goes to the other side of the ring. Let's see what happens here. Colon in a corner with Abdullah the Butcher. And Brody has fallen victim of the handcuff. Wait a minute, things are looking more even now as Brody has fallen victim of the handcuffs. Let's see what develops in this great war. Carlos Colon being attacked now by Abdullah the Butcher. The Iron Sheik has the Invader in jeopardy.
And listen to the people. They're screaming, they're cheering, they're going, Sheik, beat up the Invader. Go, Iron Sheik. Handcuffing, because all the people in Mayagüez, they're cheering for Abdullah. They're cheering for the Iron Sheik.
The fans know better. The TV audience knows better. They could hear for themselves. Okay, the Invader being double teamed here by the Sheik and Abdullah. Here comes Carlos Colon. Headbutt of both Abdullah and the Sheik. Now it's a 4-way inside the Great War. Only 4 men are losing the ring, and we said the only way to finish this confrontation is by handcuffing all the 5 opponents. Now there's a battle between the Sheik and the Invader, and this is going to go down the wire. Look out with the Sheik, the ex-amateur wrestler, doing some good moves on the Invader. Okay, here we go. He has the handcuffs on the Invader. Yes, he's got him. I think he does. Rogers, I think the Iron Sheik has handcuffed.
Yes! Now we'll see the bad boys in that.
Abdullah the Butcher has been handcuffed. So now it's 1-on-1. The destiny, the victory depends on who can handcuff the other between Colon and the Iron Sheik.
I'm putting my money on it.
He's got a foreign object on his hand.
Well, so what? You said there's no rules, no disqualification, anything goes.
Excuse me, Mr. Rogers.
Whoa! And look at that punch to the head by the Sheik.
The Iron Sheik punishing on Colon. And now the fans are going crazy here.
They're yelling, go, Sheik, go. I can hear them. I'm not stupid.
They're rooting for the Justice Army.
They're rooting for Domingo Robles.
Robles again. The fans have erupted here as they could feel that the victory could come at any second, and it could go either way. What a match. This is the Great War, where the tough men come to compete and prove why they are in this strong and dangerous profession.
That's right, the bad boys of professional wrestling. And we're talking about bad boys. We're talking about the Iron Sheik, Chiqui Star, Abdullah the Butcher, Hercules Ayala. Men, real men, not skinny wimps like Dutch Mantel.
Now wait a minute. Look at what is happening here. There's a free chain with a handcuff on the other side, but but the Sheik went where Cheeky Star was, and he handcuffed him right where Cheeky Star is. There must be a purpose here. Look out. The Iron Sheik has a foreign object all over the head of Colon, blood gushing out. Okay, we have the winners. Carlos Colon has been handcuffed. The winners of the Great War. The Chickies Army, the sports club. And now the referee has given the Iron Sheik the keys so he could liberate or set free his friends, his partners of the army. And once that is accomplished, they will have 5 minutes to beat up none other than the Justice Army. The fans are sad, but I see Rogers is having a great time right here.
Hey, this is great. I can just see, I love it when the Iron Sheik beats up Carlos Colon. I think it's true justice when Abdullah the Butcher beats up the so-called Justice Army. It's only fair that Chicky Star gets 5 minutes with Dutch Mantel. It's a privilege and a pleasure to see Grizzly Boone beat up the so-called good guys. It's my pleasure, it's my privilege to be co-host on this video and watch Hercules Ayala, one of the strongest men in wrestling, one of the real bad boys professional wrestling. It's a pleasure to sit here and watch him beat up the Invader.
Okay, Abdullah the Butcher, he wants to be set free. He wants to join the big party here. Oh, look at that, with a belt now. Whoa.
Oh, so what? You're the man that said there are no rules. You're the co-host that said anything goes. You're the Mr. TV announcer that said anything goes when the whistle blows. Okay. You're the man that told me the rules on this E&G promotion of the Bad Boy videos, that no matter what, you can do anything you want to.
Look at Iron Sheik. He's digging that belt buckle on the forehead of Carlos Colon.
Well, it's going to improve his looks, just like Grizzly Boone's improving the looks of TNT.
Okay,
and look at Hercules Ayala. He's trying to break the ribs of TNT, and that's what I call justice.
And the fans are sad at the Sports Palace. The favorites to win this great war have fallen victims of the Iron Sheik, Abdullah the Butcher, Hercules Ayala.
Why don't you cry in your spilled? Look at the Invader. He don't look so tough now, does he? A while ago, he was picking on Chicky Star, and now Chicky's getting some revenge because the Invader doesn't look so tough now, does he? He's pretty tough when he could pick on somebody tied up against the cage with a handcuff, but now that the tables have been reversed, now that it's his turn.
Oh, look out, here comes Abdullah to the other side of the ring. This could spell trouble for the guys handcuffed on the other side. As Abdullah's getting closer to the other side, Brody is keeping some of the rivals away with his big kicks. But on the corner, something strange is going on. Cheeky Star and the Iron Sheik have let Colon free before the 5 minutes. And this could be something.
I think coming out of the crowd, it's Domingo Robles.
Now, wait a minute. Please get Domingo Robles out. We have noticed that the Iron Sheik, it's all over Carlos Colon. They were not supposed to let them free before the 5 minutes.
Well, the Sheik's not an expert timekeeper. He doesn't have a watch on him. How's he supposed to know? Besides, he wants to cripple. He wants to put the camel clutch on Carlitos Colon. That's why.
The reason.
Okay. See, you think the Sheik's dumb.
All right.
You think he's stupid, but he's a genius.
Okay, the Iron Sheik's got the camel clutch on Carlos Colon. Look at the pressure on it. Meanwhile, more punishment by Chicky Star on TNT. Abdullah, it's all over. The Invader won. And that deadly camel clutch, the famous submission hold of the Iron Sheik. All over Carlos Colon. No submission could be accomplished here, and there's no referee here to signal. And the Iron Sheik definitely causing some punishment on the lower back of Colon with that camel clutch, and plus the kicks of Chicky Star. Disaster for the Justice Army. They have been beat up badly by the bad guys of professional wrestling. Abdullah the Butcher. Did you see that head almost went through the the openings of that cage.
Yeah, it would improve the looks of the Dutch Mantel, the so-called vigilante. Who cares?
Punishing on the Invader one, Chiqui Star, giving some more shots on Carlos Colon. More punishment, more blood on the forehead of Carlos. And on the corner,
oh, I love
there's
this. I
Grizzly.
enjoy this. Look at Carlitos Colon. Look at the ledge. Look at the Iron Sheiks. He's given up 43 times. I've heard him 43 times say, I give up.
Okay,
I give up.
We see the Iranian flag being brought into the ring by Chiqui Star. Look out. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, Iran #1, the Sheik #1. That's what's going on.
How could you do that, Rogers?
Very easily. Iran #1, the Sheik #1. Wow, and look at that right there.
Using that metal flagpole, using it to his advantage, Chiqui Star, completing the damage on the Justice Army, the winners of this great war. And look at Ayala, he's got the turnbuckle off. You talking about destruction. There's Carlos, that pole up his throat. My goodness. You're talking about getting beat up, embarrassed, and destroyed at the same time, while thousands of fans are sad watching, and there's nothing you can do about it but witness.
I would say it was a bad day for the Justice Army.
You are right,
Excedrin
sir.
headache #1. Sort of like going 0 for 4, missing all your free throws, having 5 passes intercepted, getting knocked out in the first 30 seconds of a fight. But today, in the Bad Boys tape, you finally get to see who's really bad. Hercules Ayala, Chiqui Star, the Iron Sheik, Grizzly Boone, and Abdul the Butcher, the bad boys of wrestling, the baddest of the bad. And look at Carlitos Colon.
And he
look
keeps
at Dutch Mantel.
He keeps it coming. He keeps it coming. The Iron Sheik not letting go. The 5 minutes have passed already, and they kept on with the beating here. The fans are getting more and more worried as the 5 minutes have passed already. Referees coming in. Some other wrestlers, I think, making their way into the ring.
Is it Domingo Robles?
Stop it with Domingo Robles. I'm going to go and investigate on this situation, Rogers, and perhaps we're going to find out if he got paid off by this. Okay, the Invader reacted, but a little bit too late, as the damage has been done. Carlos laying down, found a mat, a bloody mess, and more embarrassing, the fact that the Justice Army was defeated by Chiqui's Army. Your winners are the bad boys of wrestling. Chiqui Star, Hercules Ayala, the Iron Sheik, Abdul the Butcher, and the Big Mountain Man, Grizzly Boone. And there are your results inside the cage. Carlos laying down, a lot of blood, and I think he's completely out, senseless.
And what a way to end this tape, this promotion of E&G Productions. What a way to show the fans who the true bad boys of professional wrestling really are. What a way to close. What a way to end it. Glory, glory personified. But the big question in everyone's mind, the question that Hugo Savinovich has, the question that I have, the question that E&G Promotion wants to know, the big question is, in Bad Boys 2, when will the emergence of Domingos Robles finally take place?
Okay, I think we heard enough of you, Mr. Rogers. Okay, the final result of this great war is the Sports Club obtaining a big victory over the Justice Army, and Carlos not moving an inch from the ring, and there's concern on the looks of all his friends here, and fans have gathered around this special cage, as not only that camel clutch was applied to him, but also he was hit severely by that flagpole, and powerful kicks by the Sheik, by Chiqui Star, and then that flagpole against his throat area and some other punishment. Fans, this has been...
Acaban de presenciar un tremendo encuentro. Es todo por esta noche, pero les recuerdo que el próximo sábado los espero con otra gran lucha aquí en su programa Memorias de la Lucha Libre Boricua.